What's up? Welcome to After Credit Reflection. My name is Nolan. I'm so glad you're here. I am so glad that you decided to join me on this journey, on this hero's journey, if you will, through Earth Realm and through the Nether Realm and to wherever the journey leads you in this review for Mortal Kombat 2. First of all, if you're new here, welcome. I am a movie reviewer and I just love movies. I love film in general. I think that movies are one of the ways that people connect, and I think that music is the same way too, but I do think that film kind of unites people. Some people are divided on films. It's just really fun to see people's different looks on film, and I'm going to be presenting mine. As I said, we're going to be reviewing Mortal Kombat 2, which recently came out, and it's one of those movies that you could sit down with a large bucket of popcorn and a large soda if you wanted, or you could sit down with a kids pack and it still wouldn't be too much of an issue. Now, when it comes to the movie itself, the story, the way it's told, the characters, the fan service, because there is some fan service in here, but it's not in the way that Marvel does fan service. It's actually pushing the story along. There are some times when Marvel just does fan service just to have people just be amazed at the fact that, oh, this actor's coming back as this character. Okay, cool. It doesn't push the story along, but it gives a dopamine hit. Now, as a person who loves film and who loves fight choreography and choreography in general, this was an amazing movie to watch. I loved watching Mortal Kombat 2. I loved it so much that I went and watched it a second time, and it was just as good. And I think that what made it so good was also the portrayals of the characters, especially Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. I think that is one of the best castings I have seen in years. Now, did the movie have some plot inconsistencies? I mean, I don't know all of the lore behind Mortal Kombat, but I know some of it. And from what I could see, and from what I've seen from other reviews and Easter egg videos that I've watched, New Rockstars is a good one. And from what I could see, though, the story did have some inconsistencies in storytelling wise. But when it came to the overall themes that it was trying to convey, I don't think that this movie fell short at all. I do think that it served the purpose that it was meant to serve. Now, that being said, let's go back to the fight choreography. The way it was structured was one-on-one, the way the game is structured, right? Combo moves, paris, and you have people that, you have characters that had their individual fighting style. Some that stuck out was Shao Kahn, was Kung Lao, was Raiden. Raiden didn't really fight in this one, though. Didn't fight as much. But I guess Sonya and Johnny Cage, of course, and Baraka. I mean, all of the characters in here had specific movesets. Even Kano. they all had move sets, and it was awesome to see. And I think where I kind of had that disconnect was I don't know all the lore, so it's difficult for me to put together the one cohesive story, because over Mortal Kombat, I saw a video the other day, it's amazing, but it showed all of the lore and all of the timelines of Mortal Kombat and kind of where they all reset and kind of what that looks like. And I don't know, I kind of loved it, but at the same time, I didn't know much of the lore. I just knew the characters and kind of their personalities, and so that's how I could say Carl Urban was one of the best casted in that movie. And I think some other standout performances was Jade and also Katana. I do like the Easter eggs that were thrown in by Carl Urban, referring to Raiden as Gandalf. I think at one point he refers to him as Gandalf, and also the reference that Katana was introduced in the second Mortal Kombat game, and she is introduced in the second Mortal Kombat movie, which I thought was actually really cool, and not a lot of people are talking about it, but I just thought it was very cool. If I were to rate this out of 10, I'd say 8.5. Only reason I give it an 8.5 is because I think there were some things that could have been better. There was some banter that I didn't really like, even though I have no control over the script, what it says or anything. There was some of the banter that I think kind of fell flat. But overall, it is a very well-made movie. I do recommend seeing it in theaters, seeing it on the big screen, especially if you're into fight choreography. Definitely, if you're into like summer blockbusters, this kind of gets the summer going. In a few weeks, there's Masters of the Universe that's coming out, and then there's gonna be Spider-Man and Street Fighter and the Odyssey, and there's just a lot of movies coming out. Oh, and Supergirl. But I think this summer is gonna be a blockbuster summer. I think it's gonna be the first one in years where we're gonna have a blockbuster summer, which usually doesn't really happen. I mean, we had good movies last summer, but it was kind of a touch and go situation. But I think as far as Mortal Kombat 2, I'd give it an 8.5. And that's the rating I'll give it, and that's what's gonna stand. Next time on After Credit Reflection, I will be hopefully reviewing Masters of the Universe. If not, there's going to be some movie reviews here and there in the next couple of weeks. Mandalorian and Grogu comes out this week, and so I am very excited for that. That actually might be my next review, so watch out for that. And if you leave a comment with a movie you want me to review and where to watch it at, I will gladly do that. All right. See ya. Hey, thanks for tuning in to After Credit Reflection. If you like this and you just love movies, you should go check out my page. I got so many movie reviews, and I can't wait for you to see them. All right. Well, I'll see you later.